You meet yourself from 5 years ago. I don't know how to begin this without sounding crazy, but I met myself. Not the version of me from today, older, a little heavier, more tired around the eyes, but the version from 5 years ago, 5 years. It doesn't sound like much, but it's a lifetime when everything changes. I was walking through the old park that afternoon. The sun had just dipped behind the trees, casting long shadows on the cracked pavement. I wasn't supposed to be there. I had a meeting downtown, a dozen emails waiting, and 2 unread messages from someone I hadn't had the courage to reply to. But something pulled me there. Maybe it was nostalgia, or maybe it was the kind of exhaustion that makes you chase places that once made you feel something. As I walked past the rusted swing set, I saw someone sitting on the bench. Headphones in, sneakers worn out, hoodie too big for his frame. He looked up, and my heart stopped. Because it was me. 5 years ago, when I still had a smile that didn't need effort. When hope wasn't something I had to remind myself to believe in. He didn't recognize me at first. "Hey," I said cautiously, like I was approaching a scared animal. He looked up, brows furrowed. "Do I know you?" I nodded. "Yeah, you will." He blinked. "What?" I sat beside him. I had no explanation, no logic to defend this. But I felt like the universe was giving me a moment, a single glitch in time to have a conversation I didn't know I needed. He stared. "Are you me?" "Yeah," I replied softly. "From your future, 5 years later." He laughed, a short, nervous chuckle. "All right, sure, and I'm about to win the lottery too." But then he looked at my face, his face, and something shifted in his expression. "Holy crap," he whispered. I nodded. He scanned me, bags under my eyes, the slight graying in my beard, the quiet weight in my voice. "What happened to us?" he asked. I smiled, but it didn't reach my eyes. "Life. So, do we make it?" That was his first real question, and it broke me, because I remember being him, sitting in that exact spot, wondering if I was enough, if the pain would ever stop. If the future version of me had figured it out. I wanted to lie, tell him we made it big, got the dream job, found the perfect partner, slept peacefully every night. But I couldn't lie to myself. "Some days we make it," I said, "and some days we don't." He looked away. "Still dealing with depression?" "Yeah," I admitted. "It doesn't magically disappear, but we learn to manage it. We get help. We start talking instead of hiding." His lips quivered. "And her?" I knew who he meant. The girl we thought was forever, the one who knew all our secrets, the one whose goodbye felt like being erased. "She left," I said. "It hurt, a lot, but it taught us something." "Like what?" "The people can love you deeply and still not stay, and that doesn't mean you're unlovable." He looked down at his hands. "I miss her." I told him that Mom still keeps our childhood drawings, that we eventually forgive our brother, that we learn how to be alone without being lonely. He told me about his fears, how he worried he'd waste his life, how some nights he cried into his pillow and hated waking up. I looked him in the eye and said, "You won't waste it. You'll feel lost, yes, but you'll create something beautiful from that pain." Are we happy? That question, that damn question. "We're getting there," I said. "Not every day, but some days. And that's enough." He looked at me, eyes wide and fragile. "What's the one thing I should remember?" I didn't hesitate. "You are not broken. You're becoming." As the sun began to rise, something in the air shifted, like the moment was ending. He stood up. "Will I forget this?" "Probably," I said. "But maybe, deep down, something will stay." He smiled. The kind of smile I hadn't seen on my own face in years. "Thank you." I nodded. "Take care of us." And just like that, he was gone. I stood alone in that park, heart full and heavy at the same time. It wasn't a dream. It wasn't a hallucination. It was a reminder that I've come a long way, that the younger me, broken and scared, still lives inside me, but now he has someone to guide him. If you've made it this far, I want to say something to you. Yes, you listening. You might not meet your past self like I did, but every time you choose kindness over anger, honesty over silence, healing over hiding, you're giving that younger version of you the future they deserved. Life won't always be gentle, but it will always give you chances to rewrite the story. You're still human, and that's more than enough. If this story touched something in you, consider subscribing to our channel, Still Human. We tell real, raw, emotional stories that remind you you're not alone. Because sometimes, the most powerful thing you can say is, "Me too."